It's so hard to say goodbye to yesterday. Thank you. Thank you. Hold your applause. It's so hard to say goodbye to your past. And that's what we're talking about today, YouTube family. On today's day 4 of mirror work. Have I been super consistent with my mirror work, you might be wondering? No. The answer is no. I'll just be honest with you. The last time I did mirror work was the last time I filmed, which I think was a month ago. So, yeah, girl's struggling with the consistency, but I'm going to try to do better. Not for y'all, but for me. It's the me for me, okay? It's the me trying to do better for me thing. That's what we're gonna be about. So today in day 4 of mirror work is letting go of your past. I'm going to sit here outside on this beautiful Michigan day and I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to do my mirror work to the camera like I have been for the last one, and then I'll give you my thoughts. Although by way of an update, I have not been telling myself I love myself in the mirror. It is so hard to be positive. It is so hard, y'all, to be consistently positive. Just in general, it's a path of resistance that I'm finding is so hard to do. I'm trying to remember to be positive. I'm trying to remember like every morning to wake up and say something positive to myself. I'm still doing a really good job at not saying negative things to myself, but I'm not doing a super great job of replacing that with positive things. I'll just think about something else, for example. So I'm trying to be better. The mirror work, she's giving some homework of doing and saying these positive things, but I can't remember to do it. I don't know if it's just my age, that I'm aging, that I have 3 kids, that I have like several jobs, that I have a partner, that I have a home to take care of. You know, when you're just juggling and spinning a lot of plates, you just can't ever remember stuff. So like the idea of reminding myself every day, like, oh hey, when you look in the mirror, tell yourself you love yourself. I just forget. I've forgotten every day since the last day I did it. Easily it's been a month since I've looked in a mirror every single time and been like, hey Grace, I love you. Or even any of the times. I have not done it any of the times. So I'm kind of struggling in that way. So let me put this down and I'm gonna read a little bit and then I'll be back. Okay, so every chapter has a little intro section, and some of the questions that she asked before we even get started with the mirror work I thought was really helpful and could be helpful for you. So she's talking about ways that you may have been criticized as a child, or just whatever is leading to the negative beliefs that you have that keep you from having positive beliefs. And she says, there's kids behind me. So a few of these questions are, how am I contributing to this experience? She's saying, if you experience something in your life that's really uncomfortable or really stressful, to ask 1, how am I contributing to this experience? 2, what is it in me that believes that I deserve this? Which is a great flipping question. 3, how can I change this belief? 4, how can I forgive myself and my past to learn to let go and to move on? So I just thought those were really great questions. I was like, those are good journal questions to ask later. The affirmation, if you want to say it with me or write it down, is, I let go of old limitations and beliefs. I let go and I am at peace. So here is the mirror work exercise. So instead of looking at the lens, I'm going to go ahead and look at my monitor because I want it to be like the mirror experience. I'm not going to look in the lens. I'm going to look up here, not at you. If that makes sense. But I will tell y'all what I'm doing because I've done that every time. So stand in front of your bathroom mirror. Clearly, I'm not in my bathroom. Take a deep breath. As you exhale, allow the tension to leave your body. Look at your forehead and imagine that you are pressing a button that ejects a disc of all the old beliefs and negative thoughts that you have been playing in your head. Reach up and imagine that you are pulling this recording out of your head and throwing it away. Now look deeply into your eyes and tell yourself, let's make a new recording of positive beliefs and affirmations. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Let's make a new recording of positive beliefs and affirmations. A lot of people out here today, but I'm just going to keep going and pressing through my uncomfortability of people watching me vlog. Say these affirmations out loud. I am willing to let go. I release fear. That's not what it says. My bad. I am willing to release. I let go. I release. All right. I release all fear, all anger, all guilt. I release all sadness. I let go of old imitations and beliefs. I let go of old limitations and beliefs. I let go and I am at peace. I am at peace with myself. I am at peace with the process of life, and I am safe. And she says to repeat these affirmations 2 or 3 times, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that by myself, but you can watch. Then number 7 is throughout the day, whenever any difficult processes arise. Can I read even? Throughout the day, whenever any difficult thoughts arise, take out your pocket mirror and repeat these affirmations. Become familiar with them so that repeating them becomes a part of your daily routine. I feel like this is a lot of homework, because if everything became a part of my daily routine, all I would be doing all day is saying positive affirmations to myself. But I think that's kind of the point. And then the journaling exercise, I always do the journaling exercise separate from this later on. And I'm outside right now and I'm not at a desk, so I'm not even going to do that here. Most of the problems in our life are caused by the big 4: criticism, fear, guilt, and resentment. That is the whole truth. So in your journal, create 4 columns heading each one of the big 4 categories. Think about the role they play in your life. Write out thoughts and ideas about that. That's a good one. That's a really, really good journal prompt. Number 2, take the 2 categories that you wrote most about and write down 10 positive affirmations in each category. I'm definitely going to write this down and reflect on this, because I feel like this is a really good exercise. So for resentment, for example, you might write affirmations like, I now choose to release all hurt and resentment. The resentment I release, the more resentment I release, the more love I have to give. Then she goes on to talk about how everything in our life is a mirror of who we are. So think about the people in your life who are the most challenging for you. What are the traits that bother you most about them? And then write that down. Then after you do that, look at those traits and how each of these mirror a belief that you have about yourself. You might also want to jot down what you've learned. You know, that's really interesting, because not a few years ago, actually a long time ago, in the year 2003 or 2004, it was a while ago, I started a new job, and there was a girl who I worked with who I just didn't like, and I couldn't tell why exactly. I couldn't pinpoint anything. She was nice, she was sweet, she wasn't problematic or annoying. You know, sometimes when somebody just gets under your skin, you just know exactly why. There's only been a few people in my life where I was just like, ugh, I don't like them, and I don't know why, I just don't like them. And you know how you know the difference between when you just don't like someone and you get a bad feeling about someone? She wasn't even someone I got a bad feeling about. I didn't even think she was a bad person. I just didn't like her. And it went like that for years. And she was trying to be my friend too. And I have always been a pretty friendly person. People, if you ask anybody in my life for 30 years, they'll say, yeah, Grace is pretty friendly. She doesn't have a hard time making friends. I don't. So it was just weird, because it was like, she wants to be my friend so bad, and I'm just like dissing her. I didn't realize till like 10 years later that everything about her that I didn't like was just things I didn't like in me. It seems so simple now, and I look back and I'm like, yeah, there's just things about her that were very pronounced about the things that I didn't like about myself. And some of them are actually quite personal, so I don't even want to share that here, because that's a distraction from the point that sometimes that does happen, where you don't like people just because they remind you of you. And I have realized that even in my parenting, like one of my children, I have 3 who kind of can ride my nerves the most, especially when this one of my children was younger, like in the 2, 3, 4 stage. You might think, well, all kids in the 2, 3, 4 stage get on your nerves. Well, yeah, they do. But this one in a very special way. Like, this one could tap dance on my nerves in a very special way. And I realized later it's because this one is the most like me. What I saw in this one of my children is pretty much a reflection of some things that I really struggle with myself. So this is a real issue. So I'm going to read, lastly, I'm just going to read the heart thought for day 4. We create habits and patterns because they serve us in some way. It is amazing how many illnesses we create because we want to punish a parent. Damn. We may not be doing this consciously. In fact, in most cases, it is not conscious. But when we start looking within, we find the pattern. We often create negativity because we do not know how to handle some area of life. If that's the case, ask yourself, what am I feeling sorry about? Who am I angry at? at what am I trying to avoid and what do I think this is going to save me from? That's another good question, y'all. So if you are ready to let something go, you really want to hold on to it because it serves you. It doesn't matter what you do, you will not be able to let it go. However, when you are ready to let something go, it is amazing how easy it is to release it. That's an interesting challenge for me because there is a situation in my life that I feel like I'm ready to let it go. So I'll give y'all an update next time I come in here. And then this is the meditation for day 4. See a new door opening to a decade of great healing. Healing that we have not understood in the past. We are in the process of learning about all the incredible abilities that we have within ourselves. And we are learning to get in touch with those parts of ourselves that have the answers and are there to lead us and guide us in ways that are for our highest good. See this new door opening wide and imagine stepping through it to find healing in many, many different forms. For healing means different things to different people. Some of us have bodies that need healing. Some of us have hearts that need healing. Some of us have minds that need healing. Some of us have all those things that need healing. So we are open and receptive to the healing that each person needs. We open the door wide for personal growth, and we move through this doorway knowing we are safe, and so it is. So that is the end of mirror work day 4. I definitely have some journaling to do. Please don't forget, if you're looking for a safe space, if you are a Black, brown, Indigenous woman of color and you're looking for a safe space to talk about your trauma, abuse, codependency, past trauma, domestic violence, physical abuse, narcissistic abuse, verbal abuse, complex PTSD, anything that's holding you back and you want a safe space to grow and learn from other Black, brown, and Indigenous women of color, I have a Facebook group, which is a private, exclusive membership group. It's only $10 a month, so it's very affordable, and it is available for you. If you want to sign up for the group, I will leave a link below so you can join in. It's a community that's really loving and kind towards one another, and it's a very heavily moderated, safe space for us to learn from one another and also have a space to share outside of the white gaze and outside of the male gaze, which I think is really important. So if you haven't yet signed up for my newsletter, where I share weekly insights about my own journey and give you tips and hints for healing and things you should be listening to, reading, taking in. It's just a little quick encouragement, no spam ever. And finally, buy my book, Grace. Actually, it's a memoir-ish stories of Black womanhood, faith, love, and loss. It's my first of what is hopefully going to be many books. So please take a look at that on Amazon. It's also linked below. Thanks so much for keeping my journey, and I will see you on day 5. Peace. Okay, I'm just gonna do it anyway because she's far away. I'm hot. It's hot today. It's hot. This is like our first hot day for Michigan. It's like, I don't know. It's like, I don't know, 80 out here at least. See, there's somebody else, but she's like way up the steps. So I'll go to bed. Oh, good. Y'all know I cannot let this camera fall. How's that for a boom shot, y'all? And I'm wearing a really tight little mini skirt. I'll show y'all in a little while. And there's like guys walking by and I'm like, can they see inside? Let me just try to cover it up a little bit. The girl ain't gonna flash everybody. Hi, how are you? Good.